The D&D Monster Manual is teasing some pretty big changes to some playable species.
Alright everyone, gird your loins!
The Monster Manual is making Dungeons & Dragons diversified. Now calm down YouTube, I haven't red-pilled, but I did want to talk about an interesting trend emerging in the Monster Manual previews. We mentioned in a previous video that the Monster Manual has changed the classifications of kobolds and goblins from humanoids to dragons and fae, respectively. In another video, released today, the D&D design team revealed that both lycanthropes and kenku are also being reclassified as monstrosities. Now, for those paying attention, there are 14 different creature types in Dungeons & Dragons: aberrations, beasts, celestials, constructs, dragons, elementals, fiends, giants, humanoids, monstrosities, oozes, plants, and undead. Almost all of the original playable character races in the early versions of 5th edition were humanoids, although that started to change in more recent years with the introduction of fey creatures like the fairy, centaur, and satyr, and the plasmoid, autognome, and thri-kreen in Spelljammer. Those were oozes, constructs, and monstrosities, respectively. Now we have 3 more playable creatures that will certainly be added to that list eventually, although if you're trying to build a kenku right now, you still have to use the 2014 version and not the 2024 species rules. Also, we'll add that the Warforged, which was reclassified as a construct in the 2024 adventure, Vecna Eve of Ruin, will also likely get a similar treatment. So why does this matter? Why does a kenku becoming a monstrosity matter when it comes to character creation? Well, that's because creature types matter. Certain D&D spells and effects only work on certain kinds of creatures. Hold Person and Charm Person, those are 2 of the big ones. They only work on humanoids, for instance. That offers some distinct advantages to playing as a non-humanoid character, although, again, that was kind of rare in the 2014 version of 5th edition, at least up until the last couple of years. So, at the end of the day, do these creature reclassifications matter? Well, no, but also kind of. As I said before, there were already some non-humanoid playable races in the previous version of 5th edition, so players already know what the advantages are and the disadvantages are when considering their builds. But it certainly does represent a nerf to the friendly low-level bard trying to charm person their way out of trouble with a goblin or a kobold. Things like that did work in 5th edition for low-level characters, but now you have to use higher-level spells in order to charm a goblin or hold a kobold in place. That just means more creative thinking or role-playing instead of Jedi mind tricks. Now, honestly, I'd be a little more excited about some of these creature reclassifications if there were certain spells or magic items that only worked with certain creature types. Imagine if there were spells that only a kenku or a thri-kreen could use, or a dragon sword that could only be wielded by either a red dragon or a kobold. That would make for some fun storytelling options in D&D now, wouldn't it? Anyways, let me know your thoughts about creature reclassification in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Above the Table.